Alright, let's try this again. Had to charge this silly battery. Why would that happen? I don't know, because I need to charge the battery. Silly. Anyway, getting ready to get packed up. Thought I'd take a little tour of the property, and you probably won't be able to see much improvement, but believe me, there's quite a bit. Anyway, there's Rocky and Ruby. And heading out Chris's driveway. Kind of a rainy, crappy Sunday morning, really, but it's not a downpour, at least. So here's Chris's driveway. Down the road, got a couple neighbors down there, which have 4 Yorkies. I seen them yesterday. They're pretty cool little dogs. One of them is I guess a miniature Yorkie. That thing couldn't have weighed no more than 2 pounds, and he was running with the rest of his Yorkie brethren. It was pretty cool. So, walking up the road, property line starts right up here. Property line starts right here, basically goes back. I forget how many feet we figured it out, but the lot's very narrow and deep. So it's not very wide, it's narrow and deep. So this is the entrance right up here. I trimmed all this up. I'm going to trim some more next time. Just make it a little easier to get into. Cut this tree back or get rid of it altogether, this evergreen. But here's the entrance and the neighbor's dogs, like Shih Tzus or Lhasas, I think. I don't know what they are, but they're always barking at me. I don't know if you can see them over there. This is property line right. It's his property right there. The fence line. So you can see the land is very narrow, not very wide, but deep. Let's start the road. I trimmed all these things back because they were just too much to try to drive through with the truck. I didn't want to scratch it all up, so I made it wider, just cutting stuff back. We wind down the road. You can see the road's a little bit more beaten down with us driving on it yesterday. And a couple tight spots. I'm not sure what we do about those yet. When he made this road, he definitely didn't mind the curviness. He liked the fact that it was kind of curvy and off. There's Chris's place right over there, and Rocky and Ruby over there. Chris has got a fire going. He's burning some stuff. So we're back on the road, nice and beaten down. You can really tell that it's being used again. Before it wasn't. So, and there's neighbors' property over there. There's a fence line. And you can see there's some narrow spots in here. So I'm trying not to cut down a lot of trees, but I'm gonna have to make it a little easier to get down here for my liking, especially if I pull another trailer down here or a cabin. Either way, it's gonna have to be widened a little bit more. This tree's I'm probably gonna take it down. I trimmed it up some, but those things are just everywhere. So it's not like hurting anything, but you can see it's fairly tight through there. I fold the mirrors in to make it easier. I weeded all this yesterday, all the way up, and all the way down to a giant turnaround. So I'm starting to go down the hill, and to me, this is what makes the place special, because the noise level drops. You can't really tell today because it's a little rainy, but it drops as you get down here. can't hear the dogs up there. You can't hear the road noise. What little road noise there is. It's just really quiet back here. This is nice and wide. It'd be nice to have the whole road this wide because it's just much easier to get down. And I don't feel like scratching the hell out of a $50,000 truck. So the trees may have to be sacrificed. Some of them are. Pretty selective. I don't want to cut the nicer ones down, but the scrubby stuff on the side needs to go. Now this is the right part of the loop. All that down there was all overgrown, probably waist high if not more. So I trimmed all this back with the weed eater, my $60 weed eater that really kicked butt. I ran out of string. Chris had some more string, so I just strung it back up, and I was off again. It was a very productive day. A lot of weed eating. So you can see all the yellow down there. That was all grass that was waist high. So trimmed up a bunch of the trees, the overhead as much as I can reach. Next time I come down, I'll get the pruning saw and cut back a little bit more. There's no need to have all that scraping or even attempting to get on the roof of Ruby. So you can see this was all cut down yesterday. So it's pretty awesome to have it all down again. And eventually I'd like to gravel this whole road. That might be way down the road because it's probably going to be expensive. But at least down here in the area where I want to have everything, I think I'm going to have it graveled. Probably cleared and graveled to make like just a parking lot, if you will, down here. So I could put the cabin and park down here. It'll keep the critters down, I think, and it'd just be a bonus. So there's my patio box that I brought down. Got some stuff in there. Not worried about people taking it. Chris said that if there's work tools in there, you don't have to worry about anybody stealing it because nobody wants to work. So I figured it was safe. Well, there's looking up. And here's coming around the bend. Once again, I caught all this back. All the weed eating stuff done. And trimmed up some trees. This is an old burn pile. I was going to take the road right through there, but it's an old burn pile, and there's zillions of screws and junk that will definitely pop tires. So that'll be another job to get all that stuff carted out, taken to a hole somewhere and just dump in there, but just get it out of this whole area because I don't want no screws and stuff down here for obvious reasons. Those are a couple of footings that he had poured. They were originally going to build his cabin down here. So as you can see, it's pretty treed up, pretty wooded, and nothing's leafed out yet because we're still in March. But this area will probably be the homestead site, the cabin site. So I may have to get rid of a lot of these trees just to open it up for some solar. Cut down, where did I cut down? A couple trees up here to make this turn a little easier. So my $140 chainsaw went to work pretty good and cut these all down here yesterday. Cut that one down. It's a pretty good sized tree. This one, gotta figure out how to get them stumps out or burn them up or something. And I cut that down. So it's easier, much easier turn. Just go right through there and go up the other side. So it's with Ruby being as long as wheelbase as it is, it was hard to it's hard to make some of these turns. So the easier in, easier out. That's for sure what I'm all about. But this is what I was thinking about putting the cabin right in here in this spot. But I think I'm going to tuck it back in there or something. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities. But this whole area, I should have measured it, staked it, got an idea how big it was. So if I do get some gravel down here, would know about how much I would need. But probably only go, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 feet across, just like I said, like a small parking lot, just to get a level surface without all these rocks and stuff like that, just to kind of get it somewhat level. There's Chris's graveyard for his dogs right there. We're not gonna mess with that. We'll leave that there out of respect to his dogs. There's some of the wood I cut up. Next year I'll be ready to burn. So like I said, a lot of good trees down here. So it's gonna suck having to cut them down if I do that, but I got a feeling once they leaf out, there's gonna be a canopy of shade. So it's gonna be kind of hard. So like I said, come around, make a nice little turn there. Before we had to go right there and make that hard turn, and that was really tight. So I said, well, sacrificing a couple trees. So I made a nice little turn or circle. So everything's fairly easy to get in and out of down here right now. So there's looking up the other side of the circle right there. And let's take a walk down here a little bit more. There's a creek down here. I doubt it's running, but he says when it's raining pretty good, it will get water in it. See the property line over there? The neighbor had his whole area logged. It looks like a big chunk of it. So there's a lot of downed trees back there, and I think he's got a deer stand back there. But he can have all the deer he wants. I don't want to hunt deer. Squirrel hunting might be kind of fun down here, though, I think, this summer. With a .22 rifle and a scope, it'd be kind of fun. There's the rest of the property line over there. You can kind of see the flags. Walk it down here again. Once again, a lot of possibilities of putting stuff down here. Depends on how far back you want to go. And you can even have multiple. You could have a place down here as well if you wanted to. And up on the hill, the property goes up a hill. I haven't did anything to this road yet. So next time, I'll come down here and probably cut this back.